Welcome to Conversations with Edigga, where insightful dialogues unfold. Join host Edigga as he dives into captivating discussions with music artists, entrepreneurs, and visionaries from around the world. Get ready to explore diverse perspectives, gain valuable insights, and be inspired. This is Conversations with Edigga.
Come on. Yeah. All right, y'all.
What is good? What is good? What is good? Good people. Everything is just falling apart. What is good on this beautiful sunny sun for Saturday? Saturday. I don't even know what day it is, and I'm never ready with the sound effects. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Pretty much, I'm. This is just an impromptu. I may go forth with this and I may not, because I'm not sure if my sound is 100% there, and I'm really not sure if this is going to work, um, because my equipment decides to act funky every time when I am um, on air, or every time when I begin to be on air. I My equipment decides that it want to play around with me. But here goes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast, because it's something real heavy on my heart as of late. Um, I'm an avid TV watcher. I love to watch TV. And I know a lot of you say that, it's bad, but um, sometimes watching TV, you get to see what's going on, like the news. I love to watch the news just to know what's going on in my city and other places. And then I like black TV. Um, and when I say black TV, I'm talking about uh, black shows. Black cinema or black TV. I'm just gonna call it what it is, black TV. And it's nothing wrong with that, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. I'll prefer a black show over a white show, if you understand what I'm saying. And a lot of people laugh at me because, I quote a lot of movies. I pretty much know uh a vast knowledge. I have a vast knowledge of black content because I like black I like black media. I like black shows, like Good Times. I love to watch Good Times. I love Fresh Sanford and his Son. Um, I'm what you called uh a repeat uh person. I like the if Good Times is on a marathon, I'll probably watch that. Martin, Living Single, black cartoons like Fat Albert and a lot of other black cartoons that was out um, during that time, and I still watch it. But saying all of that, I'm leading to this. Uh, as of in black media, as of late, I've been noticing this one little commercial. This one little commercial of Mr. TV evangelist Peter Popoff. Um, no, I'm not sure if anybody know who he is, but he's Peter Popoff, and Peter Popoff is a TV evangelist For those who don't understand what TV evangelist is a person that chose to deliver their message through media or the TV. That's why they given them the name TV evangelist. There were and it was many TV evangelists as Creflo Dollar. Uh, it was what's the Indian guy's name? Um, I can't recall his name. And my mom's particularly favorite, Jim Whittington. He was a TV evangelist back in when I was growing up, and my mother, oh my God, there's this man. She would write this man faithfully, and she would write him to ask for money. She would write him to ask for money. Like he was a preacher, but he was pushing the idea that if you buy this, something that he was selling, or if you were if you paid for this, or if you send money for this particular thing, it was a drawing of Jesus or some holy water or holy oil, um it will be delivered to you, and it came with instructions. And if you put it on your body, if you put it on your bills, or if you put it anywhere that requires a healing, or uh any type of any type of healing or salvation, then you will receive that salvation, but you have to send money to get it, if you understand what I'm saying. But now I'm starting to notice is this Peter Popoff uh character. He is telling people that you will get large amounts of money if you send away for this water, this spring water. And the commercial says just that. It's something that he is sending people. You send this spring water after using it and put it on your bills, on your body, on your whatever. You'll be blessed with large amounts. It's never $5. I'm just telling you that it's never five. It's never a large. It's never a small amount of money. It's always a astronomical amount of money. Like, and I'm gonna try to play this clip. I'm gonna try to play this clip. I didn't record it because it's long, so I'm using a share screen. But I just it's rather long. It's like 10 minutes long. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but it's always a large amount of money. It's always a large amount of money. So I'm gonna try to play it. If it plays, oh well, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about it. Here it goes.
I will raise up a prophet like you from among you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he will tell the people everything I command him.
God has used Reverend Peter Popoff throughout his entire life and ministry to bring miraculous deliverance to hundreds of thousands of people around the world.
Look at that man go! Woo! Man! Oh, I tell you, Jesus made you dance like that. Yeah! Yes! Yeah! Yeah! I want you had 4 brain tumors?
I had 4 brain surgeries, and the proof is right here in the back of my head. I stayed in the hospital for 8 months. When I came home 2 weeks later, my husband was killed. His family wrote the military and told the military I was dead, took all my money. I just got a warrants letter for $390,000.
$390,000. Everything you say in those letters is to the team from the Holy Ghost.
You say, is that going to happen to me? Yes.
Even more have had huge sums of miracle money transferred into their accounts supernaturally.
I know God is real. I know what he can do.
Every time I go to court, they throw it out. They deny it. So therefore, they haven't been able to take my homes.
God is hurting people.
Yes, a lot of people getting the wishes and dreams that they've
Had been hoping, dreaming,
for a
and
long
praying
time.
For a long time.
Mr. K now. When back to hell they belong.
And Satan, I command you to back off.
All my bills is paid and I got money to spare.
I am now a real estate investor. I have started a jewelry business on eBay. Amen. I am on my way to my multi-million-dollar potential.
I believe there's somebody out there, they have a child who's been diagnosed with ADD, hyperactivity, and learning disabilities. And I believe if you anoint your child with this miracle spring water, God's going to touch that child. He's going to buckle down. He's going to study. He's going to get straight A's.
Get better grades than he ever got before.
right.
And you'll know it's because of God's supernatural touch. It's a girl, Liz. It's a girl, yes.
Well, you just don't want to give her drugs because that doesn't do any good. You have to use the miracle spring water.
This sister was diagnosed right before Christmas with cervical cancer.
But my daughter told the doctor the devil is a lie, so she anointed my head and my cervix.
Most of the time, God lets me tell them exactly what they're going to win and when they're going to win it, and they're shocked, and we're rejoicing.
I actually poured some down my husband's while he was sleeping.
What?
Yeah. And he gave his life to the Lord 2 Sundays after that.
And she got the miracle spring water. And I put it inside the sinus spray that I spray in my nose. And the strangest thing that happened, I already had 3 surgeries. But I'm going to tell you something, God did a miracle. I couldn't even walk even to that stage, Brother Popoff. But I'm going to tell you, God did a miracle. Not only did he heal my body, I was able to cut grass, something I didn't do in 2 years.
I was wrong, but bless God, it was right.
I was on drugs for over 20 years on cocaine and heroin. And when I took the miracle spring water, I got saved.
God's debt-canceling power is going to flow out over the airwaves to you.
The desires of your heart are what concerns God.
Amen.
And he wants to meet you where you hurt.
I know God is real. I know what he can do.
Are you sitting down? Are you ready for this? And I said, what it is? She told me, she said, you have $230,000 forgiven.
How much did they forgive again?
$240,000.
God is hurting people.
So I thank God for Reverend Popoff. Give me a hug.
God blessed me with a beauty salon. Everything was paid for. I didn't have to pay 1 cent for none of my supplies, none of my chairs, the building, or anything. It was given to me by practically total strangers.
The supernatural is in that miracle spring water. Money started coming to me strangely. I canceled out an account, and they wrote me at the bank. I went to argue with the lady that said, I closed this account out. She said, no, it's $3,000 in there. And supernaturally, it was done. I went to argue with the lady that said, I closed this account out. I went to argue with the lady that said, I closed this account out.
On eBay.
Mr. K now. When back to hell they belong.
And Satan, I command you to back off.
I come against all of the things.
And welcome back to the show. You just saw Peter Popoff's most insane moments. That's what it's called, and this is courtesy of YouTube. And the strangest thing, and what I was getting with is as far as like media, black cinema, is that when it only comes on when you are when you're watching black stations like BET. uh BET is one, Bounce, Aspire, all the black stations. That's when it comes on. Strangely enough, like when I'm watching BET, this is on. And it don't even necessarily have to happen. It don't even come on. Um, it don't even come on like early in the morning. It's like every time when I'm watching, it's right there, and the commercial is so long. It is a very long commercial, and it just leads me to think. It just led me to think like where, why, or when did religion or God was the answer to your financial problems? Now, I was taught in school. I mean, I was taught in church. I used to go to church, avid churchgoer, and they said never to ask for material things because God knows what you need in your heart. But it's just make you think sometimes. Like we we all want a lot of money. There's no question about it. Every time me and my wife just had a conversation this morning about if you had $1 million, what would you do? And I said invest because you put it out there to get it back, you know. But when did religion or God become the answer to your financial problems? And notice that a lot of people, somebody just came in, and I don't know if you were able to see the video, but everybody's amount was more than $1,000. It's all of these new age churches preach. They teach prosperity all of the time, right? And the kid, thank you for watching. But it just make you think sometimes, Nikia, like when has there been, like I said, and I'm rambling on because you comment, and I just wanted to like when I was going to church, it was like it wasn't like don't ask God for material things. It's like, you know, ask God for blessings. Ask God, thank God for blessings. Thank God for your health. Thank God for the roof over your head, your family, thank him for the job that you have and things of that nature. I have never, ever, and I can only speak for myself because like I said, everybody wants a lot of money. Everybody wants money. It's not a thousand. If I had $1,000 right now, I'll be satisfied. You see what I'm saying? But everybody wants more than $1,000. And in that video, you saw that one guy, he got what the lady was like $240,000. Then the other person was like, I got, $390,000. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, is this real? Is this real? Like, why do preachers, televangelists always preach about large amounts of money? You see what I'm saying? It's they start with a little thing, the little spring water, and he's always been doing the spring water. I haven't seen anything in it, no Bible, no Because I was telling the story, Nakia, before you came on, about my mom. My mom was so fixated on this guy named Jim Whittington. And Jim Whittington, you would have thought that Jim Whittington was Jesus himself. She every day his program came on, and she was glued to the TV. Glued every time Jim Whittington came on. We couldn't talk. Kids, go upstairs and go outside and play. Jim Whittington is on, and I'm like, oh God, you see what I'm saying? And that's all he preached about was you're going to get a new house, you're going to get a new car, you're going to get um a new something, you're going to get a lot of money. Money, house, car. Money, house, car. It was never no new job or nothing. So I'm gonna put you a comment up, Nakia, right here. Nobody wants to be made whole. They want money, and they want you to give money. Right. The Bible spoke on of first fruits and bringing meat to the storehouse. It would never it was never about money, but food and other things people needed. I don't even watch TV anymore. Right. Um uh that's that prosperity preaching. Right, right, right. I never could understand that. Never could when I was growing up, and then when I was little. And then I remember it was one day I was little, and I wanted something. I wanted a G.I. Joe man. And G.I. Joe was like, back then, G.I. Joe was like $10. And I said, I know I can't ask my brother because I'm tapped out, from asking him. And I said, I damn sure ain't asked my sister, because she never gave me nothing. I can't ask my other two brothers because, I just wasn't asking them. So, and then I wasn't going to ask my mom because, again, my mom ain't giving me no money because she ain't had no money. So I said, all right, well, since my mom is always asking Jim Whittington for money and always praying about money, why don't I ask God about money? Why don't I ask God to give me $10 without the perception of saying, if I worked hard for it or did something around the house, maybe, just maybe, I will get $10. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a little boy, I was introduced to church, and then at a age of the age, I'm not even sure how old I was. I think it was about 10, 11, 12 or something like that. And when you say pray, and then when they gave you the terminology of pray, it's like talk to God. It's your time to commune with a higher being, you know. But the only word that I heard was talk. And of course, when you say talk, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hello. That's how I'm praying to God. Say, God, it's me, little old Ernest. I need $10. And I remember it. That's how the prayer went. I need $10. Please give me $10 in the morning so I can go to the toy store so I could get the G.I. Joe. It was Roadblock. I remember it. I need $10 so I could buy G.I. Joe, the jewel G.I. Joe doll. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. Amen. That was my prayer. Because they said in church, this is how you pray. Prayer is talking to God, knowing that I'm a little boy. Hello, God. This is Ernest. To thine is the glory. It wasn't none of that. It was straightforward. It was God. I need $10. I that's I'm talking, I'm communing with God. I'm having a conversation at 10, 11, 12. I don't know how old I was. I'm talking to God. But my conversation was about money, you know? Ask me if I got the $10. No. I did not get the $10, but I got a G.I. Joe doll or action figure. Let me backtrack. I got the action figure. I got a G.I. Joe action figure. I didn't get Roadblock. Did you? No, didn't get it. But I did get something. I did get one of them. I did get a G.I. Joe action figure. Didn't get that one that I wanted, but I got one. And I was happy. I was happy with it. I was content. I was happy. Present day, now, here, and looking at that commercial, it's like it's like the bank of God, you know? Because it's never it's 95% of the time it's about money. Somebody got a large. It's one lady on here. They didn't show it. Now I wish I could I wish I could find that video. She was like, you told me you told me I was going to get the house. I got the house. You told me I was going to get the car. I got the car. You told me. It was never God told you. It was you told me that I was going to get the house. I got the house. You told me I was going to get the car. I got the car. You told me I was going to get a large amount of money. I got the money. It was never I got my child back, you know, from being in the system or water and prayer cloth. Nothing. Right. Hold up. Let me put that up here. I got the Peter water and prayer cloth. Right. Nothing. Right. I was gonna I was gonna do the same thing. I still might. I still might send off. Now, Nakia, let me ask you a question while you here. Did you have to send him money to get the springboard or the prayer cloth? That's my question. Like I'm type person like this. I ain't sending you nothing. I feel as though that how can I put this? I'm the one I'm the one that's in a financial burden. So if I'm sending you money to get money, something's a little sketchy. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that. I don't. And and every time because it's one lady on there, actually it's two. It's maybe three, but it's one lady on there that shake her head like this, like all my bills are paid and I got money to spare. Oh God, that just cringe my little spirit. Like, oh, I had it twice. Yep. I had to pay for both. Okay, let me put that up here. Give me 1 second. All right. Twice. I had to pay for both and they kept asking for money. Right. After you got it, they kept asking for money. God damn. Like what they are actors. Yes, all of them. All of them. Especially the guy in the wheelchair. It was a guy on the wheelchair and he of course he was walking before he got in the wheelchair. Like and I I don't know. Not saying that people are dumb, but the perception that they give off is like, if I see you, if I see them, a person that had an ailment all their lives, and they saw this man in this wheelchair, and he is now walking. You see what I'm saying? It just make you think. Just like you and I right now, Nakia, it's like I'm inquiring about getting the spring water just to see if this works, you know? But then you got another person over here that says, I'm going to get it because if I know that they got a large amount of money, everybody can't be lying. So I need to try. Like I'm knowing that it will not work. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I can tell you some things that will blow your mind. I can tell you some things that will blow your mind. Right. They are lying. Yes. I don't know. I just it's just it amazes me how you can sit there and lie to that extent. Just to think that people are that gullible. You see what I'm saying? But just fascinates me. Like they're my mom, God rest her soul. I wish I could go back in time as the sons and daughters. Okay. Hey Levitha, how you doing? As the sons and daughters of God, we have the authority to declare, command, act, seek, and knock to request from God. However, God is sovereign. Then we can only wait with faith that he will supply us with what we need than what we want. Right, exactly. There's a big difference. It's a big difference. Like I just can't it would bother me, Levitha. It would bother me, Levitha, to pray. And I wish you was here. I wish you was on this live right now with me to help me understand, to put all of this in perspective. But it would bother me to go to the Father and ask him for a large astronomical amount of money. Large, obscene. Don't waste your money on Peter Popoff Water Fam. No, that's the thing. I was just curious, like for kicks and giggles. I was just gonna say, whoop, I got it, and see if I get like $2,000. You see what I'm saying? I was just saying, but I can't, being brought up in church, being brought up in church and knowing what to believe in and not to believe in, ask for, not to ask for, is confusing, so to speak. It's it's just mind-boggling to know that some people will watch this and think that it's real. That's one. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy. We'll go to a quick break and I'm gonna come right back. More with conversations with Edigga. Don't go nowhere. 26.7 online radio, worldwide listening, entertainment online. Find us on social media on Facebook at WLEO 26.7 online radio, on Instagram at WLEO underscore 267 online radio, and on the internet at WLEO267onlineradio.com. Oh, 26.7 online radio, worldwide listening, entertainment online. Find us on social media on Facebook at WLEO 26.7 online radio, on Instagram at WLEO underscore 267 online radio, and on the internet at WLEO 267 online radio.com.
Presents the Still in Love Tour concert at 2685 Penthouse Lounge, August 10th, featuring Naquasia, Essence Official, Jay Relentless, with special guest Brie Anai and Zay Hefner. Get your tickets now and be a part. You don't want to miss this of an amazing night of R&B.
And welcome back to the show. This is Conversations with Edigga. I am your host, the man that you all know and love, Edigga. And like I was saying before the break, we was talking about the Peter Popoff, TV evangelist Peter Popoff, and this spring water that's supposed to give you what you want. It's not so much of what you need. As it is just mind-boggling. And earlier when I came on, I showed a video. Many of you seen the video, and actually the video uh is only played on black media, like BT and Bounce, and there's a number of others that uh that you see this commercial on media, on black media. Like when you're watching BET, like I said, when before the show or at the beginning of the show, I said I love TV. Some people can't do it, some people can. I'm one of those people that I like to watch TV. I like to watch the news just to see what's going on. And I'm a particular fan of black media. And when I say black media, I'm talking about Good Times, Sanford and Son, Martin, any black shows. There's a show that I'm watching now called The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer and Tashina Arnold. And it's a good show. Cedric is one of my favorite comedians right now. And watching that, the Peter Popoff commercial comes on, just comes on like pow, and it's never, and I said this earlier, I said it's never a little bit of money. It's never a little bit of money. It's always some astronomical amount of money. And it's crazy. Like, and then you got people that come up, in their little testimonies, and I lost my job and I almost lost my house, but thanks be to God, I've gotten $250,000, And I'm like, man, all from this little spring water. And how did we know? And speaking of spring water, the little spring water, how did we know that it's actually spring water? That's something to think about. How did we all know that they're not. There's a sweatshop somewhere that they're that they taking these little. It comes. I'm assuming that it comes like Nakia. If you still here, maybe you can vouch for this, but it's a little tube about this big, um, tube of water. And how do we know that somebody is pouring some tap water into this? You see what I'm saying? How do we know that this is real water, or as they say, spring water from, I guess, from Jerusalem? I'm assuming. How do we know that? You know, other than receiving it in this little package. It just make you think. I'm one of those people. I will ask like, where did this water come from? You know, and they just assume that all these people are just so gullible that this water is coming from the Holy Land. I'm gonna just say Holy Land. Tap water, right? How do we know that this water is not tap water and is coming from the Holy Land and they calling it spring holy water or whatever? You know. Again, oil. Some people do oil, and how do we know this ain't cooking oil or some type of unscented oil? You see what I'm saying? How do we know that? How do we know that there is a sweatshop somewhere, underground in the basement, somebody's house, and you got all these foreign people taking little little bottles. Uh Man, I put the cloth in my wallet for 3 months, nothing happened. Right. Right. My mother, I remember it. My mother, the Jim Whittington was sending people the face of Jesus. It was a picture of the face, and I looked at it, man, it freaked me out. Whoa. You just see a face like that, you know. And I said, and um she was supposed to take that and kneel on the face and pray. Like put it on the ground and kneel on it. And it was the size, it wasn't big, it was the size of a regular 8x10 piece of paper. You see what I'm saying? And she was supposed to kneel on that and pray. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Nothing. Now, my mom used to play numbers. Now, I can say this. My mom used to play numbers. I don't know if the Jim, his name was, like I said, his name back then was Jim Whittington. And my mom hit the number for a whole week straight. Whole week straight. My mom hit the number a whole week straight. Like I remember, no, she didn't hit for a whole week. It was like she hit, I want to say 3 to 4 times that week. I remember, because every single time my mom used to hit the number, she would fry chicken. Like I don't know why, but every time my mother hit the number, she would fry chicken. And when you came in there, so here's how I figured out. Here's how I'm young. I put 2 and 2 together. So first time ever that my mother hit the number. First time ever that my mom hit the number. Um, she fried chicken, and you come in the house and you smell chicken. I'm like, dang. And the how I knew she hit the number was, I think she was on the phone when she was frying the chicken. She was like, "Yeah, girl, I hit the number, blah, 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 blah." I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then okay, so time passed and that's when she hit the number, like, I want to say like 3 times that week. So I wanted it's always G.I. Joe. I had a man, G.I. Joe action figures. You have not lived. If you was a kid and you know who G.I. Joe was, I'm telling you, when I was little, G.I. Joe was the shit. I'm telling you. My boy, God rest his soul, George Parks. George had every single G.I. Joe action figure there was. Hear me. And he was selling them. And he was selling them for, I think at the time, $40 to $60. It was one of the two. And I wanted them. He had a whole box. He had a whole box of G.I. Joe action figures. Damn near lost my mind. He was like, Ernest, I got them G.I. Joe, man, yo. I was like, yo. I said, how much you selling them for? He was like, I'm selling them for 40. It was either 40, 50, or 60. One of those three. And I had a lot of toys, but my toys wasn't up to date. So what I decided to do, I decided I decided to have a yard sale. And I said the money the money that I'll get from the yard sale, I was going to take that money and get them G.I. Joe, man. So I told my mother about him. I said, Mom, George got these G.I. Joe, man. And I want them G.I. Joe, man. She was like, well, you ain't got no money. She never had no money. I said, all right, I know that. But I told her the idea. I said, I'm going to go out back. I'm going to take all my toys. I threw all my toys in the bathtub and started cleaning my toys. Toys dirty as shit. And cleaned them off, brushed them all, dried them off, had a big ass table out back. And one lady got me because she came in. She was like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. And I'm going to bring you back the money. Never brought me back the money. She never brought me back the money. But then I had a sign in the window out front. And I said, go in the back if you want some toys. So a lot of other people came in and only made $7 that day. Now, here's the funny part. I was supposed to get the G.I. Joe man from George, right? But I got I think I got like $8, right? So I have a 5 and 3 ones. Ice cream man was around the corner. I hear the ice cream man in the front. So I had to run in the back. I had to run from the back to the front because I wanted a banana boat. And y'all know, well, when I was little, banana boats was big. It was about that big. And I wanted one. I the banana boats are like $4. So I had to break the 5 and to get the banana. Was it $3 or $4? One of the two. But I knew I ain't have enough, in the one, so I had the 5 and I gave the guy the 5 and I had a banana boat. Now I was supposed to save the money. Like I said, I was supposed to save the money. So after I ate the banana boat, I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. So I brought all the toys back inside. And then the next day when I came home, I smelled chicken. I smelled fried chicken. I said, Mama hit the number. I'm serious. Every time when my mother fried chicken, she hit the number. And I came in the house and I said, Mama hit the number. So we had a candy dish. Like when you come around, you come right into the living room. And there was this silver candy dish that my mom had. And I looked up there and I saw money. I saw like 320s. I saw like 320s laying in that candy dish. And I looked at the candy dish. I looked at her. She in the kitchen. I said, Mom, you hit the number? She said, yeah, I hit the number. I said, oh, man. Now, I never had the thought in my mind to ask my mother for the money to get them damn G.I. Joe men. But she said, look on the candy dish. I said, it was $60. I said, the $60 is mine and get the mint. She was like, yeah. I was like, that was the best day of my life. I called up George. I said, please tell me you still got them G.I. Joe men. He was like, yeah, I got them. I'll bring them around. You got the money? I said, yeah, I got the money. So he came around with the box. I had the money. I gave him the money, gave him the box, man. Oh, my God. Now, the sad part about that was when I moved, because G.I. Joe men, I think it was Hasbro, they're collector's items right now. And I had a whole fucking box of them niggas. Like, when I moved, I left all the G.I. Joe men in the house, in the basement. And I know what y'all saying. Like, what the hell does this have to do with what you was talking about before? But it is a little sidetrack. I just had to tell that story. But I left all the damn G.I. Joe men in the house when I moved, in the basement. I could have been rich right now. I could have had some money. I could have had some money. But I left all the goddamn G.I. Joe men in a box in the basement where I used to live. Yay me. Hey, everybody. This has been Conversations with Edigga. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you join in probably tomorrow. I'll probably go live tomorrow and have another conversation about something else. So, in parting, thank you. I appreciate you. And I holler at you when I smile at you. Peace.
Want to host your own radio show? Are you a DJ looking for a place to showcase your skills? Contact us today at WLEO267radio@gmail.com. We've got a spot for you.
Know me from sports, some of you know me from music, some of you know me from Thursday Night Realness, hosting, but right now I want to focus on 1513 promotions, and the reason why it was important for me to create, own, and build 1513 promotions. I got into promotions when I was sick. I got into it really heavy. I couldn't do anything but stay at home. But in making connections and talking to people and working for people and promoting and helping their businesses grow, one of the main things that I realized a lot of people lack is content. I was determined to create something that can help people create that content as well as grow their business at the same time. So what I mean by content creation, photo shoots, music videos, commercials, promotional video, these are the things that you need to take your business and your clientele to the next level. But so many people try to shortcut these steps. You feel like, oh, I have this building, I own this building, I own this business, I've arrived. Okay, that's only one aspect of it. You have to promote yourself, you have to brand, you have to market. Most companies, I'm talking Fortune 500 and some of your favorite companies, spend a lot of their money and invest it into advertising, branding, marketing, promotion, content creation, because that's where it's at. The better your content, the more sales, the more followers, it's only up. 1513 Promotions is here. Visit 1513promotions.com and let's talk. You can set up a consultation. I'm here. I'm the owner. I'm Dion Halsey. Thank you.
Baltimore's newest social media online network. By real people, for real people. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/CharmCityDirectTV, YouTube at CharmCityDirectTV, and IG at Charm_City_DirectTV. Charm City Direct TV. We are the heartbeat of the city.